to you by Fastpitch TV and sponsored by SoftballJunk.com. Here's Fastpitch Chat.
Welcome to Fastpitch Chat. I am Charity Butler with Exceed Sports. You can learn more about Exceed at www.exceed-sports.com. But I'm here today to answer a question from Nikki. This week's question, I keep hearing to keep your hands low when hitting. What does that mean? Well, Nikki, I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. It probably depends on the way that you may be standing in the box. Maybe your hands are really, really high for some reason. But typically I would rather a hitter have her hands higher as opposed to lower, because when a pitch comes in, a high pitch or even a rise ball especially, if our hands are low and we're working to keep our hands low, then hitting the high pitch becomes almost impossible, especially hitting it on a line. If we start with our hands a little bit higher, then we can drive down through that high pitch and probably have some more success. So there's not really a tried and true rule of exactly where your hands need to be to start. I like to tell my hitters to put the bat on their shoulder and just pick it up. That puts us in a pretty good place. We want to make sure our hands are above the strike zone. If I see, as a pitcher, if I were to see a hitter's hands low, I'd throw it high every time because I'd know they weren't going to be able to hit it hard. And if they did, it was probably going to go straight up and my defense could catch it. So we want to think about keeping our hands above the strike zone, but not so high that our first movement is down, because then we're having the same issue. If our first movement is down, then we're still below the ball and not getting that good drive and forward movement through the ball. So I like to think about hands on the shoulder, pick them up, and then I like to think about my power line, an imaginary line from the back of home plate all the way through center field, and my first movement is on that line. So I'm at a good place where I can throw my hands through that line. If I start way too high, then I can't really do that. I have to go somewhere else before I start my swing. If my hands are too low, then I probably won't pull them up to swing, but I'll keep them low and have trouble hitting that high pitch. So hopefully, Nikki, that answers your question. Thank you for watching, and please send more questions to fastpitchtv@gmail.com.
Do you need a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? SoftballJunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount off the price of all non-sale softball bats on their website. That's right, $30. So the next time you buy a bat, go to SoftballJunk.com and enter the code FPTV30 during checkout, and wham! You just put a cool $30 in your pocket.
This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network.